We all know water is essential for survival. When disaster strikes and the taps run dry, having access to clean water will be your top priority. You need to know how to find and collect water in the wild. That's what we're going to cover today. We're going deep into the wilderness to explore 9 essential water sources that could save your life in a grid-down scenario. Stay tuned. When the rain falls, it's a gift from the sky. But remember, even this seemingly pure water needs to be treated before drinking. Think of your roof as a giant water collector, but it can also collect dust, bird droppings, and other nasty stuff that you don't want to drink. A simple filtering system can be a lifesaver. A basic filter can be made with layers of cloth, charcoal, sand, and gravel. Boiling your water for at least 1 minute is the most reliable way to ensure it's safe to drink. Now let's talk about maximizing your rainwater collection. Think about using barrels, buckets, or even tarps to collect as much water as possible. Every drop counts in a survival situation. You might be surprised to know that you can find water even in the driest environments. The air around us holds moisture, and with a little ingenuity, we can collect it. One simple method is to use a cloth or a sponge to collect dew. In the early morning, before the sun rises, head out and find some tall grass or plants. Simply wipe the dew off the leaves with your cloth or sponge. You can then wring the collected moisture into a container. Another way to collect condensation is to create a simple solar still. Condensation might not provide you with vast quantities of water, but it's an important technique to have in your survival arsenal. Stay tuned as we explore more essential water sources in the chapters ahead. Now let's talk about the solar still. This technique has been used for centuries by people in arid regions to extract water from the ground. To build a solar still, you'll need a large sheet of plastic, a container, a weight, and some sunlight. First, dig a hole in the ground about 3 feet wide and 2 feet deep. Place your container in the center of the hole. Lay your plastic sheet over the hole, making sure it's taut. Secure the edges of the plastic sheet with rocks or dirt. The sun will heat the air inside the still, causing any moisture in the ground to evaporate and condense on the plastic sheet, dripping into your container. The key to a successful solar still is to choose a location with moist soil. Plant evapotranspiration, tapping into nature's hidden reservoir. Nature has a remarkable way of providing for us, even in the most unexpected ways. Plants draw water up from the ground through their roots and release it into the atmosphere through tiny pores on their leaves called stomata. By using a simple technique, we can collect this water and add it to our survival reserves. All you need is a clear plastic bag and some leafy vegetation. Place the bag over a leafy branch, ensuring that no leaves are trapped outside the bag. Tie the bag securely around the base of the branch, trapping the air inside. As the sun warms the air inside the bag, the plant will continue to transpire, releasing moisture that will condense on the inner surface of the bag. Natural water sources. Navigating the risks and rewards. When it comes to finding water in the wild, natural sources like rivers, streams, and lakes are often the first things that come to mind. These sources are usually abundant and can be found in various landscapes, from dense forests to open plains. These bodies of water can be a lifeline in a survival situation, providing the essential hydration needed to keep you going. However, they also come with their own set of risks that must be carefully navigated. Never assume the water is safe to drink. Even the clearest-looking water can harbor harmful bacteria, parasites, or chemicals that can make you seriously ill. Always purify any water you collect from natural sources before drinking it. This is a crucial step to ensure your safety and health. Boiling is the most reliable method to kill pathogens, but if you can't boil your water, you can use water purification tablets or a portable water filter. These alternatives are effective and can be lifesavers in the wild. When choosing a natural water source, try to find one that is flowing rather than stagnant. Flowing water is generally less likely to be contaminated. Avoid water sources that are close to human settlements, as these are more likely to be polluted with industrial waste, chemicals, or other contaminants. Your health is paramount in a survival situation. Ensuring that the water you drink is safe can make the difference between life and death. Always take the necessary precautions to purify your water and stay hydrated. Natural springs, seeking out nature's filtered water. In this chapter, we delve into the fascinating world of natural springs, exploring how they form and why they are such a valuable resource in the wild. Springs are a source of water that emerges from the ground, often in hilly or mountainous areas. These springs are formed when groundwater finds its way to the surface, usually through cracks in the Earth's crust. They can be a fantastic source of clean, fresh water in the wild, but it's important to know how to identify and utilize them safely. Recognizing a natural spring can be a lifesaver, especially for hikers, campers, and survivalists. One of the telltale signs of a natural spring is the presence of lush vegetation surrounding the area. This greenery thrives due to the constant supply of water, creating a small oasis in the wilderness. Springs provide a constant source of moisture, allowing plants to thrive even in otherwise dry environments. This can be particularly noticeable in arid regions where such lushness stands out. Another way to identify a spring is to look for areas where the ground is damp or muddy. These wet patches are often indicators of water seeping up from below the surface. Once you've located a spring, it's essential to assess its safety before drinking from it. This involves checking for any signs of contamination, such as animal activity or unusual odors. While spring water is generally cleaner than water from rivers or lakes, it's still crucial to purify it before drinking. Methods such as boiling, filtering, or using purification tablets can ensure the water is safe to consume. Finding a natural spring can be a real game changer in a survival situation. Not only does it provide a reliable source of hydration, but it also offers a sense of security and hope in challenging environments. Always remember, nature's filtered water is a precious resource, and knowing how to find and use it can make all the difference. Groundwater collection. Tapping into Earth's hidden reservoir. When surface water is scarce, tapping into groundwater can be a lifesaver. Groundwater is the water found beneath the Earth's surface, filling the spaces between soil and rock. One of the most traditional methods of accessing groundwater is by digging a well. Choosing the right location for your well is crucial. Look for low-lying areas where water naturally collects, such as valleys or depressions. Once you've chosen a location, you'll need to dig down until you reach the water table. Lining the well with stones, bricks, or concrete will help to prevent dirt and debris from falling in. Accessing groundwater can be a challenging but rewarding endeavor. Melting ice and snow. Turning frozen water into a life-saving resource. In colder climates or during winter months, snow and ice can be valuable sources of water. When temperatures drop and water sources freeze, snow and ice become crucial for survival. However, it's crucial to remember that they often need to be purified, just like any other natural water source. Contaminants can be present, making purification a necessary step to ensure the water is safe to drink. Collecting snow is generally easier than ice. Snow is more abundant and easier to gather, especially after a fresh snowfall. Look for fresh snowfall as it tends to be cleaner. Fresh snow is less likely to have accumulated dirt, debris, or other contaminants. Avoid collecting snow near roads or areas with potential contaminants like animal droppings. Snow in these areas can contain harmful substances that are not visible to the naked eye. Once collected, melt the snow before consuming it. Melting snow is a straightforward process that can be done over a campfire or stove. You can do this by placing it in a container over low heat or adding small amounts of hot water to speed up the process. This method ensures that the snow melts evenly and quickly. When it comes to ice, prioritize clear ice over cloudy or discolored ice. Clear ice is generally purer and contains fewer impurities. Always purify melted snow and ice before consumption. Use methods such as boiling, filtering, or using purification tablets to ensure the water is safe. Proper collection and purification are essential for ensuring your safety and well-being. By following these steps, you can turn frozen water into a life-saving resource, providing you with the hydration you need in challenging conditions. Distillation, purifying water through the power of evaporation. Distillation is a water purification method that mimics nature's own water cycle. It involves heating water to its boiling point, capturing the steam, and then condensing it back into liquid form. This process effectively removes impurities, making it safe for consumption. You can create a simple distillation system using readily available materials. Fill a large pot partially with the water you want to purify. Place a smaller container in the center of the pot, ensuring it floats and doesn't touch the bottom. As you heat the water in the pot, the steam will rise and condense on the underside of the inverted lid, dripping into the smaller container. Distillation is highly effective in removing bacteria, viruses, salts, and other contaminants. Your water security plan. There you have it, 9 essential water sources that can make all the difference in a survival situation. You need to be resourceful, adaptable, and knowledgeable about finding and purifying water in the wild. Subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss these crucial videos. Take what you've learned today, put it into practice, and create your own water security plan. Stay safe out there,